The man that was throwing him touchdowns is a man who is on fire right now. If he doesn't win the MVP this year, it would be a goddamn shame. Ladies and gentlemen, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Hey, I appreciate you wearing that, man. Whoa. Mason Crosby, by the way, great for the brand. That 57-yarder, any doubt at all whenever you walked off the field and Mason was jogging out there with his beautiful gray hair?
Definitely not at 52. Then we had a little false start. Moved back to 57.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The great behind-the-scenes story was, I was standing on the sidelines. I saw the false start. I'm like, shit. And I hear somebody yell, punt.
Oh.
But I guess the old gray hair said, no. I got this.
That's awesome.
And right when he kicked it, I knew it was in. Kickers, I think, pretty much always know.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you watch the kick and then you go right back to the kicker. And I looked back at Mace and I could tell it was going in.
I'll tell you what, if you were waving off the punt team like you're goddamn like Aaron Rodgers, like a quarterback would do, you have to make that kick. And that's what Mason's done for like 50 years at this point. He's unbelievable.
Did Tunyon not tell you that he was jogging out to the numbers and had to go back?
No, Tunyon actually told us about manifesting and meditating and this whole thing. It was really cool to listen to. He gave a lot of credit to you for, making him believe that he can be great in that whole thing. He's been awesome to watch for you guys as well. Good interview. He's in yoga right now. He's in yoga right now.
Big Bob doing yoga right now, huh?
Yeah, power pose, dude. You know what I mean? Fucking warrior, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's not a pose.
You do yoga?
Yeah, I enjoy yoga.
Daily?
I got a sick warrior too, bro.
I don't know what that is. Is that what I just did right there?
My chaturunga's pretty solid too.
We're closing up the season now. Let's get into this thing. You seem to be...
No. I feel like it's just beginning, my friend.
Okay. All right. So I was going to ask, what is the mindset? Because the offense feels like you guys are hitting on all cylinders right now still. When I told you, I think first week, maybe second week, I said, Aaron, you're playing fucking great football right now. You're like, not so fast. Okay, we don't really know anything about ourselves. We're at the point now where you have to know, you have to be very thrilled about where that offense is at right now.
Yeah, we're playing great football. Now we can say it. We're 14 weeks in, 13 games and a bye. So yeah, now we can say it. We're having, a lot of success on offense. I think we're number 2 in yards, not sure where we're at in points per game. We're number 2 in third down percentage, number 1 now in red zone.
Congrats, gold zone.
Yeah,
gold zone.
Yeah, the gold zone. Yes, the gold zone. We've never stat today. Shout out Tom Fanning. We've never been over 70% in the gold zone during my time in Green Bay, which no Green Bay team since 2000 I think has been over 70%. And we're at 77 right now, which is pretty good.
No big deal.
Touchdown percentage, obviously, for people who don't know what the stat is. Get back in the frame.
Yeah, here I was getting my thing. I got to get a little juice. AJ's going to ask me a great question.
Yeah, you got the beer?
Well, so it's funny you say that. So this is a green tea that I drink. When I went down to the WWE, I forget, maybe like 2 months ago, the first time I went down there, I was walking around with one of these, and the rumors just spread right through the WWE. Like, I walked down there and just was hammering beers. McAfee's just walking around hammering beers down here. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I got a text from Elias, who's up on WWE main roster. I was like, were you just drinking beers down there while you were walking around? Like, it's green tea. Okay, have a little respect.
Your reputation precedes you.
Yeah,
everywhere.
I know. Tough. Trying to change it, okay?
You've worked hard for that. That's good.
Well, I did in the past. Now I'm just an old man. AJ, what do you got?
Yeah. Hey, why do you think you're having so much success in the red zone or the gold zone this year compared to other years?
Probably because we're big fans of Gold Member.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mentioned it last week. We're still shouting out Mike Myers. We'd love to get him in. I was told after I relayed that I'd talked about it on this amazing show about Mike Myers that he might have to have some COVID tests to be let in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Protocol. So I might need to call on the NFL for some special exemptions for him. If we get him masked up in a gold mask and the whole outfit, I feel like there's no excuses why he couldn't be in there. I'm sure he's, a beacon of health. We can get him in the building, get him on some roller skates, just let him go fucking crazy.
Could you imagine him roller skating from the facility to practice while you guys are driving by with Tunyon told us that there's just people in trunks and shit like that, and you got Mike Myers just skating down as gold member. Oh man.
That's what I want to see right there. That's besides the Vanquish, that's what I want for Christmas. That's my number 2.
How has that whole conversation with Bakhtiari gone? I saw you guys celebrate this past weekend, by the way. Big Bob Tunyon was left to celebrate by himself while you and Bakhtiari gave a little headbutt to each other. So I see the relationship between you and Bakhtiari is growing. That's great news.
We're hanging in there by a thread.
Yeah.
I mean, by a thread. I feel like every time there's an interview opportunity, this guy's trying to slam me. And it hurts.
Yeah.
It really hurts.
Yeah.
Here I am just singing his praises. All I'm asking for is a tiny automobile.
Tiny.
That's it.
It's only $250,000.
He just feels like, well, who cares? Price is not an object when there's friends involved, right?
Right, man.
I just feel like, maybe he's just doing it for show. Maybe he's celebrating with me just for show on TV.
Oh, my God.
Knowing the camera's going to be on me.
Oh.
And what was our relationship for all these years?
Fake.
He, would run down just to find me after every touchdown pass. Touchdown run, what does he do? He forgets about me. He goes to the back.
Oh, because he knows.
Touchdown pass right to me. And he hangs on me for, agonizing seconds.
Yeah, you want to celebrate with other people.
This connection that we had, this friendship. Now maybe it's about the airtime.
You would never expect that, but it did get him to
Yeah, you would.
Oh, you would?
This is a guy who woke up on third base and felt like he hit a triple.
Shout out to Talkie Tari, dude. Shout out to him. You do have the camera on you at all times. I mean, it's wild. And before the game, I saw you throwing up the West Side. What California bro were you doing that to? Was that on another team or on your own team?
No, that was to Cephas, man. This is for Wisconsin, It used to be back in the 90s. It was for, West Side when you listen to some Tupac or something. But no, it's for Wisconsin, man. Sometimes they do it with the, this and the other hand putting together. But I think that looks too much like Loser turned up at a 45-degree angle. So I really like the, the old school. So I was just shouting him out, man. He went to Wisconsin, and I enjoyed watching him play when he was there, and just give him some love. Got a chance to talk to him after the game as well.
Hey, I know you went to Cal after. I know you transferred in from Butte Community College. Is that correct?
Have the respect.
Yeah, that's a rhetorical statement there. Yes, you know that.
Okay, so you transferred to Cal from there. If you didn't go to Cal, was there any other school out there that you wanted to play for?
Yeah, anybody who would take me, who actually played some decent opponents. No offense, now I can say whatever I want. I felt like at the time I was not quite a D3 athlete. I got a lot of interest from Claremont McKenna, Occidental,
great teams.
Lewis and Clark.
Hey, they get hot though late. They get hot. Lewis and Clark team gets hot. They snoop around and they find some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Brett Elliott was a quarterback there who set some records. He threw for 70,000 touchdowns one year or something crazy. My boy Tim would appreciate the shout-out, which I'm not going to give him even though I mentioned his name.
Yeah, no offense.
But yeah, I felt like even teams like UC Davis just down the road showed zero interest. San Diego State showed a little bit of interest before their staff got let go. But yeah, if there was a walk-on opportunity to a school that – 1AA, 2, even Division 2, I would definitely have taken it.
There was some throwback to you in the newspaper. You're 21 years old. So you went to community college for 1 year, 2 year, and then did you leave early from Cal?
I did, yeah. 2 great semesters at JUCO. It cost $11 a unit to go to school at Butte.
Nice.
I took 33 credits, so a quick math tabulation.
$333.
Yeah, not a whole lot of money. Cost my parents to go to college.
Bless
and
you.
then went to Cal for 3 semesters. So people were like, why don't you go back and finish? I'm like, I went to college for 5 semesters out of 8. I'm like, there's a lot left. And Cal doesn't like it if you do classes outside of the you got to do your 5 core classes on campus in Berkeley. That's what I was told my first year out because I was like, oh, my backup, I should probably, do some classes. They said, "Yeah, when are you going to come live on campus and take your classes here?" I said, "Never."
Yeah. Well, I've always thought this, Aaron. Whenever they give people shit for leaving early and not going and getting their degree, your degree will always be there. And are we not going to college to make a shit ton of money? Like, isn't that what you go to college for, is to find your career? If you can make money doing something, like, I feel like you should go do that. Now, granted, if you're a 7th rounder or a 6th round projection and maybe another year can get you going, but anytime that conversation pops up with somebody who's a top 2 round or top 3 round even, and they're like, he should go back for his education, I'm like, fuck that. Go get your money, dude. Who knows what's going to happen? That's how I feel. I'm not putting words in your mouth, but since you left after 5 semesters, I think you probably agree with me. Like, you should go and get the degree will always be there.
100%.
Okay, good. I'm out. So sorry to interrupt. If you're a man watching this, you deserve to have long, great. And you can do that now with our friends at Roman. Right now, you go to GetRoman.com. You get $10 off and free 2-day shipping on Roman swipes, which are guaranteed to make you have longer, more fulfilling every time you get in the sack. Now, let's get back to the fornicating action.
I mean, I think I don't want to get down the path of my feelings about college in general, but I'll just say that.
Oh, we can, because I got the same feelings. Biggest racket I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to refute that. There's a lot of people that come out of there with a lot of debt. I think that, people rip on, like AJ, these yuppies like AJ like to rip on, community colleges or trade schools. There's a great school up here just down the road called NWTC. And you got, you're teaching kids real life skills. And I don't think college should have to be for everybody. I'm not going to go on a rant here. This is too long.
Hey, did you see how Foxy isolated you too there, by the way? I mean, he was.
Yeah, that was good there. Everything was just kind of sneaking in here. It's like, no, I don't want to go there right now. Talk about the debt that people accrue to have to, get out of college and not make a decent job. They got to pay off their debt for the next 10 or 15 years. Yeah.
30.
I think, my quarterback coach told me I should come back for another year after my junior year, and I said, no, I think I'm going to go pro.
Hey, by the way, your quarterback coach on draft night, when Alex Smith was taken and you were kind of falling, he was like, I fucking told him. He told him, he was like celebrating that whole thing.
He was texting me the old middle finger emoji on the flip phone.
T9, that thing. What do you got, AJ?
Hey, so you have all these things floating around your head that I know that you like to research and everything. Are you going to write a book someday and put all this in there? And my second part of this question, since you already started talking about college and everything, I'd like your opinion on, like, what do you think of the vaccine? What company has the best one? What about politics? Did Trump really win? Did he lose? What are we doing? Like, where are you with everything?
Hey, Foxy, just go right in there.
Go right to it. Oh, man. Look, all I'm going to say controversial today is how can college football not get it together and realize that 4 teams is not enough?
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
God.
All the years to do an extended playoff. I mean, Age, they're trying to squeeze out Ohio State. They definitely don't want any Pac-12 school in there.
No way.
Even though we do have an undefeated team. Led by, on offense, one of our dear friends, the tiny ceramic head collector, Graham Harrell.
Oh, so those are ceramic heads. Okay, because AJ was telling us there were actual skulls yesterday that Graham Harrell collected.
Oh, they might be at this point. I don't know. He's gone off the deep end, I'm sure, many times over. But how they don't have a playoff is beyond me. It is absolutely beyond me. And, teams like Coastal Carolina, right? It's undefeated also. No chance they'll put them over, it'll be probably a 3-loss team over them just because these,
How about Cincinnati? Cincinnati's got some real athletes too, undefeated. They've been like a team that they got no shot.
No chance.
They got no shot. No shot. Why not? Why do you think it's just the bureaucracy of things? Like things are so slow moving? Because you saw the way BYU in Coastal Carolina were able to make that game on a Thursday for Saturday. Like boom, boom. We'll figure out the business later. Let's make this happen. Why do you think that they won't? Because there was a 16-team playoff that at College Football Playoff Edits, I think is the account. They put this thing together, and once you see it in like the way it would look and the way it would play out, it's like, this is the answer. Like, how come we can't do that? Why do you think things take so long like that? Why would that never? We all know it's not possible, but we all like it. Why is that even something that happens?
Bureaucracy in NCAA? I mean, you want to talk about a racket.
They're right down the road here. I don't think they pay their bills either.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't understand it. I mean, if it's really all about making money, which they've proven over and over it is, like, why would you not want to maximize it with a multi-team, multi-round bracket, 8, 16, 32. Like, maybe more than 32 probably be a little too tough, but 8 or 16, come on.
It'd be easy. Let's get back to some NFL talk. Did you watch that game last night? It was electrifying.
No, I didn't. I was sleeping.
Lamar Jackson either took a shit or had a cramp in the middle of the game, and they came back at the 2-minute warning. First play back, 4th and 5, throws a touchdown. Have you ever gotten cramps or anything? Do you do IVs at halftime or anything like that?
We've never done IVs in Green Bay. I've never seen them administered. AJ'd probably be a better guy to ask about that, because with that old skin he's got, he was cramping up all the time. No, never got an IV. Never had to take a dump either during the game. I've peed definitely in that little tent. I'm sure AJ, because the worst bladder.
He's peeing right
the
now.
most active bladder of all time is that guy over here on my right. Oh wait, no, over here. This guy right here has got no bladder control. Yeah. He's probably peed in that little black tent so many times on the sidelines, but no, I did see that people were accusing him of taking a dump, and I think he cleared that up, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he wasn't taking shit. Everybody needs to relax.
Good.
Play good football.
Good win for Baltimore.
Great win. Great game, too. I can't believe you missed it. And granted, you were sleeping because you were a professional athlete, high or whatever, but it was awesome all the way into the end. And then the bettors got completely fucked at the end. It was awesome. I mean, it was a great
Yeah,
run.
I saw there was some sort of safety at the end that flipped millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
sure. Sure, there's nobody cares about that, huh? What'd you have? Did you have? I know you had something on the game.
It
right?
helped me out. It helped me out.
So no complaints.
Yeah, me and AJ both took. What's that?
-3, or you had -3 or 3.5?
We had a -3. AJ and I both said Ravens yesterday in the show very loudly, but on our gambling podcast last week, I picked the Browns. So depending on which show you listen to, I had both teams, and if they win by 3 there, both of them don't win. So that's what happened. And then when the safety happens, AJ and I celebrate real hard. We're like, yeah, we said it was going to happen or whatever, but it was wild. It was a wild time.
Yeah, just brush that other podcast aside. It never happened.
Exactly. AJ?
Yeah, so, Pat, I know it surprises you. So, Aaron, we talk about a lot how Pat says Toradol is the greatest thing ever. I know Green Bay, they never administered IVs as well. I got an IV one time when I was deathly sick right before a game. All it did was make me piss like 9 times during warm-ups and at halftime in the tent during the game. It was fine. I know Aaron's not able to get it because they can't find a way to brush enough hair away to find a vein right there in his forearm.
you're
Usually, that's what Doc told me at least.
You're a hairy guy. Is that what it is?
Sorry, was there a question on that?
No.
Hey, your hair is looking awesome, though. Are we going Scott Stapp? Are we going back the whole thing? Because it is growing. I mean, it's working. Let's keep that thing going. I might go mullet, by the way. I haven't got my hair cut. Normally, I was getting my hair cut every single week. I'm thinking going mullet, I think. Now is the time. I think.
Yeah, but you know what? You're so image conscious now. You got to be on your wrestling show as well. You're on TV every day. I feel like one of your boys can pull that off. Maybe not Ty, but I feel like you have really kind of. Well, I say you haven't sold out. You're not that kind of guy, but you're definitely really concerned with your image. You're wearing glasses today.
It's because I was so high earlier, right? I mean, image conscious is an interesting way to describe a guy that goes sleeveless every single goddamn day. I get yelled at by the olds, by the way. that I don't take this thing professional enough and I don't dress up enough. But I'm in the middle of putting on some pounds. I'm in fluffing season right now, bub. I'm up 20 in the last like 7 days at this point. It's bad.
Yeah, you're a fluffer now, is it?
Oh, easy. All right, take it easy.
Whoa.
What I'm saying is it's fluffing season. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
you're a little fluffy.
Yeah. I ain't fluffing anything.
Yeah,
Take
but
it
I
easy.
am growing it out. I will say that a lot of inspiration rewatching that halftime show that Creed put on. Just seeing the locks, and then he did a interview with my buddy Kyle Brand, who does Good Morning Football. I know he's a fan of the show as well.
We're big fans.
Yes, he's a great dude. So yeah, I'm definitely as an ode to Scott Stapp for sure. When I first met AJ, when he was again less worried about how he looks in public and stuff, and he did have long hair as well, as an ode to a mutual hero of ours, Pat Tillman.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to say Bobby Carpenter. But Pat Tillman, actual hero. Yeah. Bob Carpenter is not. Rest in peace, by the way, Pat Tillman. We appreciate you. Milwaukee Bucks just signed the largest NBA deal in history to the Greek Freak. You are part owner of Squad. How much money comes out of your pocket? Are we going to lose this house potentially because you got to pay the Greek Freak?
There hasn't been a capital call as of yet. The ink is still wet, so not sure if there'll be any type of money needed. But it's a big signing for us. We're pretty ecstatic. I guess he is as well. I would assume. This is just a conjecture, but I know that he was interested in what the roster kind of turnover is going to be. Made some moves in the off season. Brought in some players. I guess he's happy with them so far. We still have the pieces, a couple important pieces from our run last year that got interrupted by COVID. After we were the number one team in the league and on a big time roll. Who cares? But hopefully, we can keep rolling for the next 5 years. We got the man back, and he's still 25?
Yeah, he's only learning basketball still too. Somehow it feels like every time you watch him, he's picking up some new. How does that work? So they just come to you and they say, "Hey, do you want to be a part owner of a goddamn NBA team?" Because they did it to Usher whenever the Cavaliers were popping off. Patrick Mahomes just got a piece of the Royals. I don't understand how those conversations happen. And then what do you just get? You get courtside seats, and then you can just bring friends. Like how does that relationship start? And how many of these types of things are you a part of?
I'm a part of this. That's about the only the ownership I have in sports teams. I am interested in some other leagues and have had some conversations with some folks. But no, I got to know Mark Lasry and Wes Edens over the years going to games. There have been conversations from reps of mine with them trying to get some sort of deal done. My opinion, it was not what I wanted. I just wanted to be a part of it. I didn't want. Shaq has a agreement with the Kings, where a lot of it was based on appearances and number of times you go to games and yada yada yada. I just wanted to be a part of it and get in because I felt like it was a good connection to the region. Thinking I was going to be here for a long, long time, and also I love basketball. Love the vision that Mark and Wes have, and the excitement around the team. And finally, after years, I basically just said, "The hell with this! I don't need other people talking for me." I picked up the phone, I called Wes Edens, and we had a conversation. And about a week later, I was a minority owner.
Enough with the lawyers, all right? I want a piece of the team. I would like to come to some games. How do we make this happen? What a move. I love your life, dude. I love your life. What leagues are we getting into? MLS? You can own a team in the MLS?
I think the MLS is an interesting proposition for sure. I think the popularity of the sport worldwide and the fact that they're going to continue to expand the amount of teams they got, I think it's an interesting proposition.
And America's about to win a World Cup, too. Yeah. We got all the dudes. We're about to win the World Cup, Aaron. No, I don't know if you know that or not. We're about to win the whole thing.
I don't know if I see that.
Yeah.
Whoa, Aaron. Whoa.
I do. Maybe-
2026.
Yeah, probably the next one. Is that
The young guns are coming through.
Is that the next one?
No, we got 2022. It'll be the one after that.
Okay, that's our footy guy, our soccer guy. He's wrong. 2022, we're winning. We're winning the goddamn World Cup. Sorry, AJ, what do you got?
You mentioned Giannis and him having like checking out like roster control. What would that be like to have, like, you know how NBA players, if you're the superstar of the team, they have so much power over what goes on. Like, can you imagine having that much power being you, like the position you're in?
Would you want it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I imagine? Hell yeah. Sounds pretty cool. You know, I think there is a lot of power given to those guys. I mean, LeBron obviously has had impact on his. You know, it's different when you have 15-man rosters compared to 53-man rosters, I'm sure. You know, I think for me, it's always been about tenure and about vision and about what's it all about. And so the tenure, the years, I feel like that's how you earn the respect to be even included in conversations. The focus or the vision, you know, what would you do with the responsibility? Kind of what are you all about? And for me, it's been about winning. You know, I just care about winning. I've accomplished, you know, everything I want to accomplish individually. Like, I want to win more Super Bowls. That's my focus. That's my vision every single year. So, to me, that's what it would be all about. You know, to be involved in those conversations. Now, that's just not the case in Green Bay, and so, you know, that kind of is what it is. My focus has always been like on winning football. I've been around the game for a long time. I feel like, as far as talent evaluation, I feel like I can do that. I know if a guy can play or if he can't play. And then also, you know, as players, we see the other side. We see the locker room. We see the off the field stuff. We see the motivation. You know, I think a lot of times in general, coaches, you know, believe in kind of what they see and what they can kind of get out of a guy, and personnel people believe in potential. And that's the way most decisions, I think, get made across the league. You know, potential for personnel, and then the coaches say, look, this guy can play or this guy can't play based on what I see right now.
You know what they say? Potential will get you fired. That's like literally a quote from coaches everywhere. It's like, potential will get you fired. Potential will get you fired. That's probably because coaches have been blaming personnel departments for their entire existence for why they failed. That makes more sense now that you just laid that out there. So thank you for that. Whenever you said your focus is on winning Super Bowls, do you get pissed off about the Super Bowl conversation whenever they start talking about goats and goats and goats, and it always revolves back to Super Bowls when everybody on earth who knows football knows that a quarterback just can't walk onto a field and win a Super Bowl by himself?
Pat, I don't spend a lot of time in those conversations in general. I'm not, you know, I'm not calling up AJ and being like, hey, so let's talk about guys who won a lot of Super Bowls. You know? Let's talk about, like, what do you think about this guy? He's won too, you know. I don't have those conversations. I don't think twice about it. I think when you're talking about best players, right? Like, I've already said on this show, there's way too many people labeled the GOAT, or this guy's the GOAT of this guy's the GOAT of that. It used to be greatest of all time is one person, right? But now, because there's way too many GOATs, I think you have to break it out into specific categories. Best winner of all time, person who's won the most championships. Best player, you know, which involves talent and ability and what you did with it. Most talented player, you know.
That'd probably be you.
Best thrower of the football. Like,
that's probably you.
There's all these different ways you can break that out. But when it comes to those, like, you know, maybe not with AJ, but with most people, I'm probably in that conversation.
Hey, speaking of other people judging things, congrats to you guys. Number 2 in the NFL Power Rankings. Yeah, number 2. Do we have that graphic?
What does that get us?
Hey, number 2, man. You guys were previously a little bit lower. Okay, you get a big win over the Lions. Look at you. They even used your picture smiling because they were so pumped. Wow. Look at you, moved up to number 2. Right there behind the Kansas City Chiefs, above. Congratulations on week 14.
really excited. Thank you so much, ESPN. Using my face because you thought that would get the most clicks on
Oh! I like that. We do it too. It works, by the way.
Conform, huh?
Well, no, it's because your face that's why every football game that you're on, they just zoom in right on your face. It's a lovable face, Aaron. I'm going to let you know. And we had a caller on earlier from Minnesota. Said thought you were a complete dickhead or something like that before this year. Now he loves you. It's kind of tough. All your enemies are becoming friends or fans now. It's going to be an interesting time for you these next couple of years because at the end of that game against the Lions, I think I saw 10 players around you. And then obviously the mic'd up situation with Houston for after the Colts game where you're like, hey, man, I'll get you a jersey. 7 people have asked me for a jersey, though. That has to get does it get exhausting at the end of this? You have fans. Everybody's a fan of Aaron Rodgers at this point.
No, I love it. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's about the mutual respect with the guys after the game, And I've played against Matt so many times. Who knows what's going to happen next year? This might be the last time we play against each other. I love those interactions. I've known Chase for a long time. He's been a backup in the league for a long time. AP, still, in my opinion, the greatest running back of our era. A ton of respect. And then seeing, some of the younger guys that I don't know as well and the respect, I appreciate that. Jamie Collins, you play against him a couple times now and watched him play for a long time. He's had a really good career. I love those conversations. And I will say this, I haven't said this, to a couple of close friends, but something happened for the first time in 16 years on Sunday. I went into the opposing team's locker room. I'd never done that before. I guess it just, usually with media or whatnot, and the way that locker rooms are laid out, especially not in Lambeau, to get over to the opposing locker room, it's you got to kind of go out, go left, go down the hall, go up the elevator, it's kind of a hike. But in Detroit, it's right next to you. So AP actually came in and we did a jersey swap. So I wasn't ready, so I took my jersey in there into Detroit's locker room and got to see Matty was still in there and Chase and AP and Marvin. So that was fun. It was fun to, there's only like 6 or 7 guys in there, but it was cool to see those guys for a minute outside of the field where there's no microphones and no cameras and stuff to just be able to shoot the shit for a few minutes of those guys. It was fun.
Did you tell Marvin he got fucked on that catch?
That was a hell of a catch.
Yeah, what?
Just a classic Cal guy, just making plays.
That's funny.
Hey, did you shower in there with the Lions, or did you shower?
By the way, AJ, he has not answered a lot of your questions here today. No, I'm learning.
Just tell
I
AP,
want to
hey,
know
hey,
first
sorry,
what your shirt
no hot
says.
water.
The Arnold Classic?
Yeah, it's about lifting weights. You don't know much about that.
Oh! Yeah. Warrior 2, though.
Yeah, Warrior 2, bro.
Ty, what do you got?
Working on my yoga.
Amen.
Aaron, I've always been curious because I don't think you did your rookie year and you have every year since then. At what point were you like, you know what, I love the cloth chin strap? Is it more comfortable, convenient, or are you just kind of trying to show the young guns like, hey, I'm still one of the grittiest, toughest sons of bitches there is because I'm wearing the cloth still?
And pancake hunting.
Yeah, obviously.
With that thing.
Definitely pancake hunting. Yeah, I had the high hookups. They just put them on there. I think they thought that that's what I would want. But they're a little irritating, especially if you're going to have your helmet on the sidelines as a backup for a long time. And just realized how cool it was to
Flip it.
put it on the same side when I wanted to wear it on the sidelines. So I started rocking it. It was 3 years. I didn't wear a mouthpiece. I didn't play other than the preseason, but didn't wear a mouthpiece, single strap, and never taped my ankles. And I was like, and a lot of it was because Farvey did it. I was like, well, if he doesn't do it, then I don't have to do it. I mean, he's played 336 straight games, so must not make a difference, right? And I just, I loved it. I loved it. I mean, you really don't. People are like, weren't you worried about breaking your jaw or whatever? Like, you hardly ever, and definitely not in this NFL anymore, you don't take shots in the head, really. Like, you just don't. And I don't think that's ever, been an issue for me. My ankles, I don't have a problem rolling those. I've rolled them a number of times. They don't swell. They don't bother me. I feel like I, got them nice and strong. But yeah, Ty, to answer your question, like now it's a part of my outfit. It's part of my uniform. But there's been a couple people, one college kid took a shot at my swag.
Yeah, we noticed.
We know. We don't like that
I
kid.
don't think a lot of people understand what swag is. Some of this younger generation thinks, swag is just like the clothes I wear or whatever. No. Swag is a mentality.
Yeah.
Swag is a mindset. I try to tell this to some of the guys in the locker room this week. I said swagger, which is what swag comes from. Swagger is a mindset. Swagger isn't that you have a Supreme backpack on, or that you have your shoes, unlaced, walking around with, you got your new Louis fanny pack that you make sure it's not worn at your waist, it's worn over your shoulder. That's not swag. That's not swagger. That's fashion choices. True swag is owning your inner essence. It's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And my essence on the field is that I feel like I'm a throwback player and I'm a tough guy. What I've played through, how I wear my stuff, I'm kind of a no-nonsense, straightforward. To me, that's what swag is all about.
You're damn
all
right.
this fake swag out there. I got my special towel. I got this. I got that. I got this writing out there. A lot of you guys are just posers.
All right. There's a particular Mormon that just heard that message.
No, I love that kid though. I do love that kid. I think he's a good kid and good player. And he actually gave me some props. He just kind of ripped on my swag. I think he was talking about the fact that I'm, older and may not be and like to rock sweats on my road trips. But I get that. If you're talking about like fashion sense, I'm not gonna. Every now and then you see some pictures of me at the ESPYs or the honors. Like I bring it. But look, if I'm walking to the plane now, especially with these COVID rules, I'm rocking sweats and I'm in a sweatshirt. I don't care. I'm not trying to impress any of my teammates.
Can I talk to you about you being an old school throwback quarterback though? Yeah, let's do it. Put that rush yards thing up there, shall we? Can we put that rush yards thing up there? Do you know you're number 12 all time in Green Bay Packers history rushing with over 3,222 yards at this point? Wow. That's insane, dude. And you had another one this weekend, by the way. You got out, little 6-yard skirt, and
30 tuggers, bro. I just passed Tobin Rote.
Mm-hmm. No big deal. You did a nice knee drive slowdown, too, at the end of that thing. I love whenever you get loose, dude. The sneaky athlete comes out in a beautiful fashion.
Yeah, I still got it. I can still move around a little bit. There wasn't any explosive runs, I feel like, on Sunday. And I told the guys I was tired. It was the last play of a 17-play drive that took 8 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock. Like, I didn't have anything left for celebration. I had no belt celebration, no big spike.
Is that dead? Is that dead?
No. Of course not.
Okay. The internet's working.
Here, yeah.
No, it's definitely not dead. It just, I was tired, I just was thinking about getting over the sidelines and having a seat, man. That was a long drive.
You're an idiot.
I got a quick one, Pat. I just wonder how hard it is. When I watch games on TV, I see guys come off the sideline. I know they want you guys to throw on masks. Like, how tough is it in the moment? Like, say you just threw a big touchdown pass and you're talking with your coach and celebrating. Is it difficult to be like, oh, wait, here we go. Hold on, got to mask up. Like, does that come into your mind?
No, you're not thinking about it at all.
Smart.
And I hope that that's never the norm. I really do. I hope it's never the norm to think, oh shit, I got to put my mask on. Like, you do it because you don't want to get fined. I hand off my helmet usually to Chris on the sidelines. He hands me back, my hat, whatever hat I'm wearing, a towel, and then my mask now. That's so that's a part of the routine, but I hope it never becomes the norm. I hope we get past this and this is in the rear view as soon as possible.
Well, AJ asked you about that earlier. You chose not to answer, but which, by the way, good work. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge your way through that entire thing.
No. For another time, I will.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, let's do it. There was a question that was proposed on another sports show that said, because you're working out your legs more, you're throwing the ball better. Would you like to address that directly? Is that why you're throwing the ball better, because you're working out your legs more?
I'm squatting the Haas right now. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I think, but I will say I'm a big proponent of squatting. I didn't squat for years, other than like the bear squat, or if you know what that is. like that it's not the most strenuous thing on your legs. But I got back onto the bar starting last year, and I've gotten 4 plates on each side. So
Old school.
I can definitely say there's some young guys in the squad that aren't pushing the same kind of weight I'm pushing on Tuesdays.
Oh, but they got that Louis. They got that Louis
They
thing.
do, man. They got that swag, bro.
All right, last question. We can't thank you enough for your time. You're the best. You're 1 touchdown away from 40 on the season already. This year has just been absolutely awesome. I hope you're enjoying the shit out of it, dude.
Is there a question in there?
No, just kind of a statement. Like, you are fucking slicing and dicing football right now. All the stats right now, and you're not a big stats guy, I assume. Well, you seem to know everything that's going on, so you probably do know this. All the stats that you're putting up is like historic right now. So just want to let you know, I hope you're enjoying the hell out of it.
Look, it started with this show, man. It started with this show.
Write it down. Write it down.
Just bringing it and having fun, and it's culminated with a really nice season we put together, and then hopefully some hardware at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. And we're not talking about honors hardware. The MVP has already
Finish
won.
it all off and shut AJ up once and for all.
That's what I'm talking about. To hell with AJ Hawk.
Because let me see. I believe somebody on this show last week said Packers by 17 or they're going to lose.
Oh, that was AJ.
Oh, no.
Wasn't that this guy?
Yeah, it was. It was that guy.
And I'm sure when you heard that, you were like, yeah, he's probably right.
Golly. He's the worst. He's a doubter. Hey, we're not.
Can't confirm or deny that.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, good luck against the Panthers, buddy. Can't wait to watch you get 40 on the year. You're the best. Thank you for your time.
See you, boys.
Hey, college, by the way. We'll go back together. We'll get our degrees.
Greens and holes, bro. It's a plant.
Aaron Rodgers. I love the fact that whenever you predicted that game, right, because you're a prognosticator now at this point.
Oh, yeah.
He's listening to you go through these games. He's probably said, like, hey, Jay, why are you doing what everybody else is doing? And then he gets to the Packers game, and he's like, did AJ? AJ just said we were going to lose to the fucking Lions? This son of a bitch. And then he was like, yeah, probably right.
Maybe.
Probably right. What a fucking electric dude right there. I don't even want to get in on my rant about college, he said. And I was like, no, please. I would like to get in on that as well. I think it's a big racket, obviously it is. But if you're going to be in a doctor, lawyer, something that needs it, I think it is definitely well worth it. But man, you're paying so much money to get jobs, you're never going to be able to make that money back. It's a racket. It's an absolute racket. Hope something gets figured out in that whole thing.